Bear. Bear! What is a bear? Is this a bear? What about this one? Resisting arrest? Yes. So you are in the forest. And what do you choose? A man or a bear? What do you choose? Aha, so you went for the third mystery option. Unfortunately, you got something much worse. You get an alcoholic. Time to experience a domestic disturbance. So people, welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. A great experience for the whole family.
My life for Nazul.
With factions and races so diverse, like humans and these subhumans. But only one race matters, humanity. Anyway, moving on. So Kislev is a faction, yes, of bears and alcoholics. Imagine this, you are a father of two, and like most fathers, you need to get some milk one day, but you get stuck in mysterious ice for about 18 years or however many child support lasts. So after getting free from the ice, you find out that your oldest son, who knows what happened to you and actually saw you getting stuck in the steppe ice, and instead of helping, he really, and I mean he really hates women. So much so that he now competes with his own sister, your daughter, who is a Rule 34 model, selling mass industry grade bathwater to try to keep the family afloat from the dubious debt collectors. And your wife left the day, or nay, the second you went missing to experience some other races. Now left in what can possibly assume to be hell, so somewhere in this area. And now, just like most absent fathers, it is time to return to your kids and share in their success. So class, for today's episode of Warhammer Psychosis, I have several goals in mind. Defeat evil with the bears, reunite with my kids, Katarina and the other one. And that's about it. So here we are in the Chaos Wasteland. I believe the modern term is New York. And we must be very careful not to provoke the wildlife, or else, well, we won't need a wife anymore. Surrounded by government birds, psychopaths, and worst of all, other races. And would you look at that, in a true American fashion, we are in an altercation with another race. And obviously, they are wrong. So as Boris Johnson, we start with two bears and some other fellas of the alcoholic kind. So these bears, well, they are not fair, as you can see. They are quite good. After successfully convincing the natives that living is bad, I went for that 5-finger discount on their land. Because Boris is not only a massive alcoholic, but also a racist. It doesn't count as stealing if they are not human. Meaning I don't feel bad if they have a workplace accident. And would you look at that? Local human rights activist, Archon the HR manager. Will he file a complaint later on? Nah, probably not, right? So time to move towards the final settlement in these decrepit lands and unite the region. And a siege battle. How about no? Now having finally united the land, I need to see my surroundings. To the left, government agent, bird. Right, human rights activist. And below them, the Diddy party.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Now seeing that Archon is being a menace, I decided to make a surprise visit on his capital. And afterward got two new neighbors, Lodred, the purple STD, and Tamerkand Rajesh, a chef from Dysentery Village, India. And I don't want my people to experience the Viking era. I quickly made peace with the homeless. Only for Archon to appear with his propaganda the very next turn. As to not let my people fall into the hands of evil, for free, I made a quick deal. Now this right here is very bad. Will my army of alcoholics be able to defeat diversity?
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
And would you look at that? Now do I believe that I can do better than the auto-resolve? No, I don't. After that altercation, Boris quickly goes for Archon's final settlement. And after letting his element fall down some stairs, we are at peace. But clearly, evil does not like peace, so Lodred, wasn't he a lot more purple in the past? Well anyways, moving the raging chickens. Moving the raging alcoholics to defend my home, while the other one was planning an interesting move called stealing. Why would anyone care if I was not honorable against chaos? Well anyway, so taking Indian money, it was time for a regime change. And well, it seems that Norska chose to defend their lands with their bodies that do not work good as armor. After a quick altercation, there was peace in the west. And well, here is Lodred. Does this guy change color every time? Well, he's ready to feel peace. Here is a learning session. So Lodred, like most demons and STDs, has a very important weakness. Lead. Unfortunately, not something I have a lot of, but I do have the next best thing. So taking him down, I'm struck with the realization that unfortunately almost all my lords can't walk on chaos, with the exception of Boris, as he is the only one with decades of liver damage that chaos, well, it doesn't do anything anymore. So before we move on, quick intermission and learning session. I'll tell you about the special mechanics that Kislev have, as I forgot to do that earlier. Well, Ice Court, well, it's completely useless. The Ariman system, well, it exists. And finally, recruiting Ice or Tempest heroes or lords, which is the only useful thing, which is basically a built-in grooming program for Kislev. So technology, yes, alcoholics do have it, but I won't show it as I don't believe in it. Will I elaborate? No. Well, back to the war. Here I actually got confused. I thought that it was a Norscan army that was being mean to my settlement. Turns out it was the remnants of diversity hires, protesting my peaceful ways, and after sending them to the afterlife, our right side was peaceful, but turns out it was not. You see, Indian chef Tamur Khan Rajesh, or better known as the Rectum Destroyer, served India's finest food to the wrong customer. It seems like the Sun Eater was not impressed. And this is not good. Well, luckily, I am a firm believer in diplomacy, and well, don't think this is supposed to happen. I traded the sacked Crystal Spires for peace, and most importantly, money. Moving right back, we got Boris standing near Kolek, preparing a permanent solution to Kolek's living problems. And just as expected, can't trust evil not to attack my peaceful ways. So quick question, who wins? An army of 7 alcoholics, a preacher and 12 meat shields, or well, this? Well, I don't know how to win this, but I'll take it. Well, after some time, I finally got Kolek's last settlement with a new and improved army, and siege is bad, so I'll wait. So this one should be a pretty easy battle, right? I got my soldiers placed in a position I like to call I got no clue what I'm doing, and it looks pretty good. And as you can see, we are making great progress using magic and shit. Okay, this looks doable. Okay. Well, just like I thought, pretty easy. Outer Soul, well, of course I'll take it. I bet Kolek, first try. Moving on, after taking that, I had finally gotten a new neighbor. Someone, not chaos. Grimgor did work. Now here's the thing with Grimgor. I don't want to fight Grimgor. Even under the effect of alcohol, there are clearly bad decisions. So making peace with this guy, I had a most certainly temporary buffer with Grimgor, because it's not if he will, it's when will it happen. So left with a couple of choices, here's another question. What should I do? A. Fight the blue chaos dwarfs. B. Fight the black chaos dwarfs. C. Fight the chaos. Trick question. I'm doing all three, in order. I first send Boris, where near Zlatlan the Black. Black? Well, that's debatable. Well, his city, for that 5-finger discount. And I got Valentina, an Ice Witch Lord, but most importantly, a woman. I equipped her with Vaska, the Ice Hero, and finally got another friend, the Chinese. Finally, time for the battle with Zlatan and his army. Well, it's an army, so Zlatan here. Well, this is quite a riding technique. While placing my army in a formation I like to call I don't understand formations, I prepared my forces and sent Boris against Zlatan. And okay, well this does not look good. Luckily, my bears are doing work and that his units are very cheap and also not good. Well, a victory is a victory. And don't worry boys, we lost Boris Ursus but got his twin brother, Bogdan Urskoy. Well, when my turn came, I exchanged Boris from Wish and got another one, which quickly sent the dwarfs on their way to the 5-6 afterlife. Having lost my main army, I prepared another one. I called this one Doomstack number 1. While I wait for Boris, my other lord here took care of the remaining dwarves, cleansing the lands of a genetic disadvantage. While skipping ahead a couple of turns, Doomstack 1 was ready, and it was time for Doomstack 2, which is going to be quite expensive. But luckily, and this one is actually pretty insane timing, I got an event. Hungrier than the average bear, which gives upkeep minus 30% and recruitment cost minus 50. For 8 turns, which made recruitment price of bears a 0 and upkeep 36. Now waiting is pretty miserable, so I engaged in defensive altercation with an abomination. After beating him down, Boris was finally ready, and as a test I sent him to get 2 heroes. Now this, pretty unfair. Well, it ended like you would expect from the bears against a glass cannon faction. You shouldn't have chosen the bear. And in the next turn, we removed the final evil to my right. Still a lot of evil left. Still a lot of evil left. And I still need to beat the kids, which is good timing. I finally met my daughter, and she is stronger than me. Well, finding myself at peace is quite nice, and luckily it seems that Grimgor is about to have a special visit. And this is just perfect. It seems that the orcs are not having a great time. Joining the offensive against wildlife, I took over a few settlements and a siege battle with this. No, I'd rather not. Feeling the need to try out my bears versus orc fury, I found the Titan notch. And well, the orcs do not win. Seeing that my Ice Lord was quite strong, it was time to test out on Grimgor. And in hindsight, this was not a good plan. So here we can see it starts out great. Very good shots. Very arrowy. Having a wall blasting the enemies and random underpaid workers. And here is Grimgor enjoying the weather. And well, this is not good. He is not taking any damage from this at all. This man, or orc, he killed 177 and damaged practically all my army. Is it all the orcs? No, it's just Grimgor. Well, moving on, another orc, and here, so usually this is how it's supposed to go. Like chasing a woman at night, dangerous, but not scary. So after getting a couple more provinces, it was finally time for Doomstack number 3 and a dominant threat. Well, and alcoholism is never threatening. Moving on, it was time to face Grimgor, but this time I was ready with Boris. 1v4, call an ambulance, but not for me. And this is great. So this battle, I used the hidden move of moving my units against them and seeing how they win. And this is it kind of makes me feel bad. It feels a bit too good to be true. As a result, we lost some bears, great bears, the best bears money can buy. So with Grimgor gone, again, there was quite a problem. You see, I can't move. It seems the fact that he is stuck over Leroy here, and I don't know what to do. After reloading and several turns, a comment saved me. Luckily, I read a comment that said that you should buy a new lord. Get him to take over your army from your old lord. And then you send your original lord to the Shadow Realm. And at this point, I was pretty strong, so there was not really much to do anymore. lucky for me, a couple of turns later, Katerina wanted to come back to the family, and so did this guy. So I'll call it here. I did do more, but at this point, it was just auto-resolve after auto-resolve. So Kislev, it's a faction, yes. I'll tell you that. Is it great? I don't know. Allegedly, the best Kislev faction is the 4th one. But I'm suffering from a disease called poverty, so that's not happening anytime soon. Well, to give Kislev an arbitrary score, or to give Boris an arbitrary score, this guy gets 6 alcoholics out of a AA meeting. Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.